Okay, it's Monday, December 27th. It's about 8:15, so about 15 minutes to the open. I just thought I'd shoot a pre-market video, just kind of showing, how I set things up for the day and some of the stocks I'm looking at and kind of what I'm possibly expecting and then what, of course, I'm going to look for to trade. So you can see here on my particular setup, I have 3 screens and I'm watching a whole bunch of 15-minute stocks at one time with the pre-opening action in white for all these stocks. And, that's going to guide my buy decisions. I have my usual stocks here like Nvidia and Apple and Facebook and Netflix that I always watch. Give me a usually good indication of what's going on in the market to some degree. You can see many of them are gapping up and they're above their yellow line, which, incorporates the after the overnight activity. So that's kind of important that we hold above there if I'm looking to buy. You can see Netflix is holding below it a little bit, but if we hold this support and have a good 15-minute bar, that could be a buy signal. And in stocks like Nvidia are up. And then I have other stocks that I kind of have been talking about in the chat rooms or on on Facebook. Here's CrowdStrike and Datadog, and I see that this is up today. Obviously, I kind of know that this stock on the weekly chart is grinding higher. We talked about it, but in terms of the daily chart, I see this great breakout possibility with a push up into this area. The kind of the prior support and the midway point of these red lines. If we want to push up, that's like 224. So it's like 10 points higher if we break out of here. So for me, day trading wise, it's a good opportunity. Obviously, we're gapping up. So any strong 15-minute bar, I'll be buying that. I'm not concerned that it might be gapping above yesterday's high. Kind of the overnight price action takes care of that in terms of, the way I look at things. So, you have other stocks here like Upstart. I have on the, I kind of get a feeling for the overnight activity. So if we end up coming down here, at the open near support, but get a good green bar, then I'm going to be kind of targeting this overnight high. That's kind of what, that's the way this works in terms of what I'm looking at. And then you have stocks like this, Etsy, which I'm looking for a little breakout. If we look at the weekly, that's kind of sitting here. I kind of get a feeling real quickly that this was an inside week, possibly it is breaking up as of the overnight action. So that targets the prior week's high. If we look at the daily chart, the reason I like this one is we came up at the end of last week and we're just pausing. So like I said, I see a whole breakout of this area, which is a daily breakout and the weekly breakout, and that can head all the way up there. And it's a good stock in terms of movement. So even though it's gapping up, I see this flat line relative to yesterday's high in the overnight action. So a good 15-minute, opening to break out of here will look strong to me. And truthfully, if I get a strong 5-minute bar, sometimes I'll even buy that aggressively just because of the way this is a flat area. So that kind of dictates, how aggressive I might want to be near the open. Do I want to wait for the full 15-minute bar to close before I buy it, or do I want to maybe see if I see a very strong green, I might just jump right in, and if it doesn't close with a 15-minute green bar, I get right out and then maybe wait for the whole setup. A lot of times you might get a few inside 15-minute bars and then it breaks higher, so I get in again. But anyway, I just thought I'd shoot a quick opening video showing the way I kind of look at all these stocks, kind of judge what they're doing. And Square I'm very interested in, but I could see here that's opening up. Yeah, well, it's at a support area relative to, it's hard to see because of the bad ticks, but it's down here. It's kind of below yesterday's close, but it's heading up there. So again, I'm just going to want it to break out of this level, with any kind of open before I'm interested in buying it, and we'll see what happens. So every stock has its own little story, but it looks like, we're definitely gapping up. I think there'll be a few good, buys today, and we'll just have to let price action lead to the best trades.